Good day, everyone. Good day. I have my tea and I am ready to get into the message for today. So, basically, I was speaking with a new friend of mine about how when you're doing your work, it doesn't matter how many people you are connecting with, how many people you are affecting, how many people you're working with. It doesn't matter. The fact is that you are doing your work. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And the way that I like to think about it, the analogy that I used was the analogy of a neuron network, a neural network. In our brains, we have neurons, billions and trillions of neurons, 10 to the 10th or 12th power to be exact. And when we consume a chemical like dopamine, or what we perceive to be dopamine, it doesn't go to each and every neuron. What happens is that it will connect with one neuron, and that neuron will send a message through the synapses all the way throughout the neural network. So, this analogy is important because when you're doing your work, even if you just connect with one person, even if you just change the life of one person, that one person that you are working with has connections to hundreds and thousands of other individuals. It's the very same thing in a neural network. When you inject one neuron with a chemical, it sends that signal to all the others. And this can work in both directions. It can work for good and it can work for bad. And we see this happening a lot in programming, in chemical warfare, in keeping a certain group of people suppressed. But when you understand the way that this works and how we're all truly connected, you can begin to use this to your advantage, to your power, by sharing your gift with others. Even if one person sees it, that's all that needs to be done, because they are going to share that message, they're going to share those downloads, they're going to share that experience with one other person, maybe two other people, and the work that you have done has not gone unnoticed. So you are exactly where you need to be. And this whole message is about you stepping into your gift, regardless of who's watching, regardless of who is there to receive the message, regardless of how many people are viewing your videos, how many people are responding and engaging. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're walking in your path and you're doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. And by you doing so consistently, without, the fear of who's watching or who's going to say something, when you do the work without those filters, you begin to see how you are making a true difference in the lives of many people. So don't be afraid to start stepping into what it is that you're supposed to be doing, regardless of who's watching, regardless of how many views you get. Your job is to simply do your work, stay consistent, and continue sharing the messages and the downloads that come to you and through you. Not everyone is meant to be teaching here on social media or on a platform. Some people are meant to be drawing, some people are meant to be singing, some people are meant to be healing, some people are meant to be out in the world traveling. But the longer you withhold from doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you've been called to do, the longer it will take for the inspiration to hit the people that need it. So by you withholding, you are actually delaying the evolution of consciousness, the evolution of inspiration, the evolution of people doing what they want to be doing in this lifetime. Your gift is unique, your gift is special, regardless of what it is. If you need help figuring out what that is, there are so many modalities and techniques that you can use. One that I like to recommend all the time is meditation. This is super important to start calming your thoughts and understanding what is replaying in your mind that may be a limiting belief. Also, helping you understand the messages that have been trying to come through. Another one is journaling. Journaling is super important throughout the day when you just feel the need to release and express yourself and you don't have anyone that you can speak with. You can journal, pull out your journal and begin writing your thoughts. Okay, this thing comes with me everywhere, and if I don't have my journal, I have my phone, I have my notes app. I'm always constantly journaling because the thoughts and the feelings and the expressions have to come out. When they stay in, they become a form of suppression and pent up energy that can manifest in many different ways, such as frustration, irritation, depression. So, those two things I recommend starting with immediately: meditation to begin to clear your thoughts and understand your thoughts and listen for the patterns and the messages that are coming through. Then journaling to release throughout the day anything that doesn't align with who you are, where you're going. And over time, you'll begin to see a pattern that takes you back to who you were always meant to be. So, with these two practices, you can begin to uncover what your gifts are. You'll start to see common themes in your writing. You'll start to see common themes in your thoughts and your fears that come up when opportunities present themselves. So, if you are looking for additional support on how to figure out what your gift is and how you can begin to express that to the collective, I have created a beautiful community. The link is down below. We just go through so many different modalities, so many journal prompts, so many lessons and lectures on how to reconnect with yourself, reconnect to your gift, and reconnect to who you are meant to be in this lifetime so that you can begin sharing your gifts with others and contribute to the collective consciousness and raising that consciousness. So I will leave this message here. I'm going to continue enjoying my tea. But yes, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Looking forward to sharing more messages and more of my own personal journey with you all. And until next time.